William Carroll suggests that the use of mental computation skills is motivating for many students. Development of mental computation enables students to be more involved in the mathematical learning process. So I've developed a mental warm-up that develops the mental computation skills in students. I've developed it for stage 1, year 2 in number and algebra, fractions and decimals. It satisfies the outcome, supports conclusions by explaining or demonstrating how answers were obtained, and represents and models halves, quarters and eighths. The content marker that it satisfies is recognize and interpret common use of halves, quarters and eighths of shapes and collections. The mental warm-up is called Crumple and Shoot. So what happens is that the teacher places the bin or a tub in the middle of the room, and the students get into groups of 4 and they sit at a table in the room. So the teacher will present a photograph of a fraction represented as something familiar to them. So I've chosen a pizza and I've coloured 2/8 of the pizza. So Elliot Ostler suggests that visual representations may provide a link between algorithmic procedures and physical application of those procedures, which is why I've chosen something realistic. So I will pose a question to the students like, please write down the fraction that's shaded, and then the students will write down 2/8. Once they've written that, they will raise their hand. The fastest group to raise their hand will get the point, and then that table will get the option to crumple the paper, and then they get to shoot it into the bin. If they get it in the bin, that's 1 extra bonus point as well. The group with the most points at the end of the game wins. So the process can be repeated up to 5 to 10 times. This mental warm-up will assist students in memorizing how a specific fraction looks and can establish relationships between fractions and real life objects and materials.